Have you ever wanted to start something, but you didn't? Why is that? Well, I'm not sure exactly what your reason might be, but for a lot of people, it's because they don't think that they can do whatever it is. And so today we're reading a book called The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. And Eric is here to tell us that we can achieve whatever it is that we want to. But he does say that, however, we do need to consider a few steps that must be followed. And so if you want to get a copy of the book, you can check the article link in the description, and there's a link to the book, or you can just look it up on Google or Amazon. So some of the key takeaways from this book are small, quick experiments, validated learning, handling setbacks, and then focusing on creating value. Now, obviously, this book, The Lean Startup, is kind of created for people that are either going to start a company or a business or want to start a company or a business. However, I think that this actually just applies to everybody's life in general because it's giving us a framework that we can follow that allows us to go out and accomplish something that we want. So if there's something that you really want to accomplish with your life, and maybe it's something that no one's ever done before, or it's just something that you haven't done before, this is the framework that you can take and apply with you as you set out on your journey. And so the first one is going to be just to do small and quick experiments. And this is really just kind of the main, I think this is probably just kind of the main point of the whole book, right? And so the idea here is that instead of, creating some monster size, elaborate strategy / process, something that takes like 2 years for you to complete, and then you're going to, launch it out to the public in the sense of, from a company standpoint, like let's say you want to start a business. Okay, you're going to put together this plan, you're going to make this product. This process is going to take you like a year. And once you get to the end of that, then you're going to release it out to the public and actually launch it out there. Well, Eric is telling us that that is really not a good way to go about it because it has a high risk of us building something and spending too much time on something that people don't want. And so he's telling us that in order to do it the right way, put something together really quick. That's not going to be your final thing, right? But put something together quick, get it out there in front of people and see what the feedback is. And so that's kind of like the main thing. So if there's something that you want to do in life, consider not putting together some big elaborate strategy. And instead of that, just put something together real quick and get out there and see what people say or what the feedback is. And so, instead of going with these long, big plans, try to do small, quick experiments instead. And then the next tip is validated learning. And so it kind of goes right after the small, quick experiments. Let's say you get an experiment out there of whatever it is that you want to do. Validated learning is going to be extremely important. And all it really means is that we're just going to be taking the data, we're going to be tracking everything, and we're going to take the data that matters, right? So we're not going to be looking at vanity metrics. Like sometimes like in the world of social media, things like likes or stuff like that can kind of be more of a vanity metric. What we really want to be looking for is value actualized by our customers or people that we're interacting with. And so by focusing on validated learning, people in startups can avoid building something that nobody wants, right? Because we're collecting data from people, right? So we're doing something, have an idea, we get it out there right away, we see what that feedback is, and based on the feedback that we are receiving, we take that information and we apply it into moving forward. Do we need to make adjustments? Do we need to scrap it all together and try something else? This is kind of the idea behind validated learning. And so I also wanted to include the next takeaway, which is handling setbacks, because I don't know about you, but seems like life is just full of setbacks. Whenever we set out to accomplish something, we have a big dream, it just seems like we get pushed back and things don't go as planned. And, it can kind of be a little bit, not fun, right? It can make us depressed, sad, all that kind of stuff. Like it's a very, very real thing. And so one of the things that I wanted to include about this, and one of the takeaways from the book, is that obviously setbacks are inevitable, right? We're not going to be able to go through life without having setbacks. So consider trying to be expecting them, and don't let a setback hold you back. And one of the things in the book was that they received setbacks, and although the setbacks were like really frustrating them, like Eric Ries started a company called IMVU, which was like an instant messaging thing like back in the day, and they were trying to figure out what to do with their product, and they were going through this process where they would spend like 6 months on something, and then it was just a complete waste of time and stuff, right? And so anyways, when they would go through these things and they would get these setbacks, one of the shifts that they had is they just decided to not look at those setbacks as a negative, but look at them as a positive and look at them as an opportunity to learn, make an adjustment, and get back in the game. And so in life, we're going to be facing lots and lots of setbacks. And so a good way to go about it is to understand, yeah, we're going to have some setbacks, but to view those setbacks as opportunities for learning, adjusting, and moving forward, okay? And then the last key takeaway from this book is to focus on creating value. And I really just wanted to include this one. I think this is my favorite one, and the reason why is because the ultimate goal of life is to create value. Whether you're starting a company, whether you're working a job, whether you're a doctor, a window salesperson, a real estate agent, a house painter, like a contractor, a construction person, like whatever it is that you're doing in your life right now, and even if you have goals to do other things, even where you're at today, the goal should be to create value. If you work at a job, your goal is to create value for the people that you're interacting with every day and for your boss. And if you have a company, your goal is to provide value to your employees, to your customers, to everyone. And so if we're constantly, no matter where we're at in life and what stage we're at, if we can consistently be thinking, how can I be creating value today? You will probably not have too many problems in the future if you are just focusing on how you can serve and bring value to everyone that you come in contact with. So as you're going out there today, even if you've been going through a hard time as of recently, I'd love to encourage you to hang in there, keep your head in the game, right? Put stuff out there quickly, make adjustments, learn, listen to the data, see what it says, and just keep focusing on creating value, because you never know what door is going to open up for you. And this life is crazy. You're going to go through one door because of one experience, and then 3 doors down, another door is going to open, and that's just going to be this crazy thing that's there for you. And so I can't wait for you to find whatever it is that is for you. And I'm really excited. So the book of the day was The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. Yep, I got that name right. I've had to practice that a couple of times because I used to think it was Reese, but then I heard somebody say Rise. So there we go. We got it right. Guys, thanks so much for listening to this. If you need anything, feel free to reach out, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care.